So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a unique transit video in terms of how to really understand a transit when you're looking at a birth chart. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. And of course, if you want to know where your planets are transiting on your birth chart, you can go to Astrology.com, where you'll find my books, reports, consultations, but you won't find my transit reading. Why? Because now I have switched that to progression reading. Progression is what's going to show you the tools you need in order for you to make it in your life or career. And those are the reasons why the money either comes in or money doesn't come in. Mahadasha, Antradasha, transit, they're not the reason behind wealth. They're not. It is the chart itself, strength of those planets, how are you aligned with those planets, and then progression. Progression shows where's life progressing to. Is it progressing this way or is it progressing this way? And if it's progressing this way, how can we switch it to bring it this way? This is why Nandi Nadi is such a brilliant subject. And I know why it's now coming up. But anyway, and that's something I'm finishing up my progression lessons on my Nandi Nadi course. But I wanted to show you a unique way. Okay, so for this, I'm going to have to go here. 2, 1, okay, here we go. So look at this chart. Okay, and we'll study Jupiter. So where's Jupiter? Jupiter is currently transiting here around 1 degree and 62 arc minutes, I believe, something around there. So that means Jupiter, first of all, is in the 7th house. How will you study this when you see an actual chart with planets? Jupiter is transiting the 7th house. The first thing that you're going to be observing, where's the birth Jupiter? The birth Jupiter, when they were born, Jupiter is in the 12th house. Okay? So what happens is wherever Jupiter transits for this person, it brings about that energy of the 12th house Jupiter, which means Jupiter transiting the 7th house, expenses in marriage comes in. Faraway travels in marriage comes in. Even feeling of isolation in the marriage comes in. And this probably is going to make sense because Jupiter looks at Venus, okay, in Scorpio. Literally, they're exactly looking at Venus. You know what happens with this person? Whoever this person is, it's a female's chart, but they become very suspicious. They become very suspicious for the whole year. Where are you at? Where are you going? Who are you talking to? Why are you coming at this time? How come you want to go there when you never liked going there? Huh? Are you going to meet somebody there? The suspiciousness is now turned on, switches on. Because Jupiter transit, remember, Jupiter is a jiva. It's a current, it's life force, it's giving life to something. Now, if let's say this person is single, will it bring relationship for this person? Absolutely. It'll bring that, but at the same time, if we're talking the context of marriage itself, then these things will happen, and even in relationship, it will activate that. Right? Like immediately a person can start becoming suspicious and jealous and controlling. So it'll activate that. But now, Jupiter is eyeing directly Mars. See, what happens is this. Jupiter, wherever Jupiter looks, it keeps turning the switch on. So Jupiter looks at Mars first. Jupiter right now doesn't care about Mercury or Sun. It cares about Mars. After that, it's going to move and start looking at Pluto, if you study that, or then it's going to look at Uranus, if you're studying that in your particular astrology. Then it looks at Mercury. It said, okay, what's up, Mercury? And then it looks at Jupiter. All right, let me deal with you, Jupiter. So, very first thing when it sees Mars, conflicts with the spouse, within the marriage, with younger brother, with best friends, because Mercury is friends, Mars is best friends. Okay, so conflicts will happen, and especially these triggering of this conflict will happen when the husband, like there will be in a social setting when this fight occurs. And from that, their social circles and network circles will also be getting cut off. Why? Because I don't want to discuss this right now, but Ketu itself is going backwards, hitting each planet. Ketu's hitting Mercury and then Uranus, and then at very end it'll hit Mars. Ketu's job is to cut something, to bring end to something. Okay. But the main thing is the very first thing I'll tell this person, go either get a cholesterol check done or go donate blood. Because either way, when you donate blood, you calm Mars down. So if Mars and Mercury, because this is the combination I'm seeing, it's about combination and activation of yoga. Because Jupiter is seeing Mars and Mars is with Mercury, it's going to create a conflict, big verbal conflict. But if you do this, if you donate blood, then from 100% of this yoga, it'll decrease it down to 20%. That's what happens. And then when Jupiter goes up to Mercury, this person is going to be focusing on learning some lesson, attaining, buying a lot of books, dealing with a lot of documents, dealing with a lot of signatures this year, especially as it moves closer to the 19th degree. And then it meets Sun, status comes in, recognition comes in. Next year, when Jupiter meets Sun at 28 degrees, they will get more money from the government. Like, for example, when they file their taxes, they're going to get more money from wherever they are. Although it depends when exactly you filed, because each country is different, I guess. But this is where Jupiter is going to be looking at. And also Jupiter then here shows that father is going to, if father is alive, father is definitely going to be becoming very pious, because Ketu has already gone over Sun. It kind of brings this shunyata to the father. And then Jupiter itself is going to be reaching father as well. So by the time this transit is done, father is going to be a changed person. Now, the other thing you also see, when I see, transiting, I'm also paying attention to the fact that, okay, this is her Jupiter, but her Jupiter has progressed. Because now she's, I believe this person is 54, 52. So Jupiter is now progressing into the 4th house. Okay. So besides transit, the progression of Jupiter will show who the person is going to become and what their goals, aspirations will be. But again, with retrograde, it's going to be different. You're going to calculate it differently. If it's direct, you're going to calculate that differently. But when you are looking at a chart, this is something you have to understand when you look at it. And when you do practice, I mean, somebody tells you verbally, this is my chart, you're already starting to say things about a transit. Okay, this is coming here, this is going here. Like, for example, remember what I said about Jupiter? Okay, let's go back. So this Jupiter in the 12th house is now in the 7th house, transiting. So it's bringing that same energy in the 7th house. Within the marriage, there is going to be, especially the spouse is going to feel like, I need to invest money. They're going to spend money. They're also going to desire to invest money. So spending and investments go hand in hand. They will also give away. So if somebody comes to this person's spouse now, okay, hey, I need help, they'll give a lot of money away. Whether it's a brother, friend, instead of $500, they'll give $1,000 to this person. Here, take it, just give it to me whenever you can. You need this help right now. You see how simple this particular transit happens, and especially this will, you see that ascendant degree is at 22 and Jupiter degree is at 17. 22nd and 17th degree, Jupiter will play out this particular scenario. Okay, so it'll probably be, I guess, the 3rd quarter or 4th quarter of this year. And then when Jupiter hits the ascendant degree, Okay. This is where Jupiter is going to be fully active in terms of affecting Venus as well. So Venus and the ascendant degree, so whichever planet sits in the ascendant, that ascendant degree point becomes the activation of that scenario that I told you of Venus. And of course, I'm going to go into transit. Just like I'm finishing progression, I got 1 or 2 more videos to show with progression. And then I'm going to go into transit and how to understand that part. Okay. So hopefully this has given understanding of how you would look at a transit whenever you see Jupiter coming here and Saturn going there. What is an astrologer looking at? Okay, and there's different methods and different things that happen, especially when you're looking also at Saturn at the same time. But I don't want to make this video long, because I can use progression with the transit. Like for example, okay, let's just say her progressed Jupiter, so her transiting Jupiter is here looking at Venus, right? And imagine if progressed Jupiter is right there. This is progressed Jupiter. I'll put a P. That means progressed Jupiter is now also affecting Venus in the ascendant. This is a trigger. This becomes a trigger point. And this is where you realize then, okay, do I use dashas, antra dashas, all of that? You can use every tool in the back. But once you know these 2 things, that's when things happen. Okay. So anyway, guys, this was my small analysis for transit. And hopefully now with this tool, I will be bringing more of these type of videos. Okay. Bye-bye. And if you're new, remember, subscribe.